Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about the crypto that I am currently bullish on over the course of this week, and also kind of like a generalized level as well. The first thing, without a doubt, is going to be Polygon. I have a number of friends who are into the cryptocurrency market, and we discuss quite often coins that we are looking at. There's always like the general normal batch. This is why a lot of times in these videos I don't mention Bitcoin or Ethereum. They seem like absolutely obvious choices for obvious reasons. However, there are many other coins out there as well that I've begun to pay a lot more attention to, especially over the course of the last year, and Polygon, otherwise known as MATIC, is one of them. The amount of partnerships that they have are absolutely staggering. I don't have a list of them. Maybe something pops up on the screen. It depends on how lazy I was. There are tons of companies using them. Disney's using them. Starbucks is using them. You name it. Everyone's putting stuff on top of Polygon. It is once again the scaling solution that we have been waiting for a very long time, that Ethereum still does not actually have, but the other layer on top of it, being Polygon, suffices, at least for the moment, when it comes to transaction fees and also the speed of the transactions. Polygon's absolutely massive. I think it kind of speaks for itself when you, as a coin and or a company, have 25 plus partnerships and you haven't been around for 25 years. And these are all massive names who are getting into the cryptocurrency space, plan on building cryptocurrencies and or building their own NFTs. They're all doing it on top of Polygon, especially with the recent price drops that we have been seeing across all markets, not just the stock market or the housing markets, also the cryptocurrency market as well. I think that a lot of these coins, at least to me at the moment, look incredibly undervalued. I do expect at some point prices will recover, and I think we will do at least, here's my generalized thinking, we will be doing at least a 3x of the previous all-time high. I try to make it relatively conservative. You'll notice I'm not a channel that tells you that I'm buying a coin because I expect it to do 100x, 1000x. This coin is going up by 48,000%. Some of them might, sure, why not? However, for the sake of trying to keep it cool and leveled, I usually go for a 3x of the previous all-time high, and Polygon is most certainly going to do that, just based off of the actual usage. Like, a lot of times, a lot of people will ask me, how do you know that a coin is doing well? How do you know that a coin is popular? You have to just look at the amount of partnerships and who's using it, and how, you could also look up daily transactions, who, how many people are using it, how much money is flowing through the blockchain over the course of a day. This is why Bitcoin remains the #1 coin, because there are trillions of dollars flowing through its system every single year. So it seems completely logical, by logic, that Bitcoin would remain the #1 coin. Absolutely bullish on Polygon. There's nothing really stopping me from being bullish on it, especially as once a week, every 2 weeks, we get news that there's another company, another fashion brand, another something who's planning on making NFTs or their own cryptocurrency or something else. They're building it on top of Ethereum and also on top of Polygon. It just makes a lot of sense, at least to me. Also on the list is OMI. This might be surprising to some people. I'm not really sure. I go off of sentiment in the market. Once again, prices have dropped. They're not as high as they were before. We're getting all this information about interest rate hikes and where things could go. You've seen all the information as well about having a recession, a depression, any other word you kind of want to throw out there. People are very negative on all markets at the moment, and as such, many coins have completely fallen in price. Last I looked, I think over the course of a week, OMI was down by roughly around 13%, and I only did a Mr. Burns hand rub where I was like, okay, this is kind of the point where I buy even more. I cannot and will not tell you how much OMI I have or how much I plan on buying, and you should never ever tell anyone else as well. Simply because that is no one else's business but your own. That's just the general idea of actually having money. But the negativity that I'm seeing from people reacting to the coin on Twitter, the negativity that I'm seeing people reacting to VV in some sort of way because either their favorite collectible isn't being dropped, or they don't have their MCP points, or they weren't able to burn a collectible for a stone, you name it. It's usually an indication of kind of the bottom of the pit as far as sentiment-wise for many of these coins and how the community ends up feeling about a project that they're in. The switch ends up happening, of course, when prices begin to rise once again. Everyone's really happy, everyone's making money. And OMI is kind of at that low point right now where the price decreases over the course of the last couple of months have shown me that if if I buy more and we make it back to just the previous all-time high of 1 cent, there's a lot of money to be made, at least for my portfolio. We're still getting the illustrious, if you will, price prediction of a $1 OMI. I think realistically, a 50, 60, 70 cent OMI is definitely going to be in the cards at some point, especially if we end up having a gigantic, massive bull run upward, as we are less than a year away from Bitcoin's halving. And then usually the year after Bitcoin's halving, prices also continue to rise quite rapidly as well. I'm accumulating tons of OMI. This is me personally. I'm not sure if everyone else still believes in it. I'm going to be throwing as much money as I possibly can at that coin with the expectation of it being near or trying to hit roughly around 50 cents per coin. That is just the way that I am currently investing and what I feel bullish on. XRP, this is just generalized accumulation. In that I am assuming, now hear me out here, based off all of the evidence and the news that we've been getting, we should have a ruling relatively within the next 3 to 6 months. This was said by Brad Garlinghouse, who is the CEO of Ripple. And also just the idea that I am going to assume that the judge who is running the case or will be giving the final verdict is smart and does not lack intelligence. I would assume that this is going in favor of Ripple, and therefore the entire cryptocurrency industry. The previous all-time high for XRP was $3.60. I know I always get it wrong. Is it 384? I don't know. Different websites have different numbers. The point is I usually go with 360. It's a lot rounder. The extra 20 cents doesn't really matter to me, but anyway, 360. I think the price is currently around 30 to 40 cents, depending on when you look or where you look or where the cryptocurrency market is currently around that day. So I assume that we are probably going to at least see a 10x from current prices. That means a $1,000 investment, not financial advice, would then go up to 10K should we hit the previous all-time high. I would assume that there would be such a frantic amount of mania if Ripple does actually end up winning this lawsuit that we would see at least a $5 XRP. I tend to try to, once again, I'm not going to say that we're going to see a $20, $35, $45 XRP. That might happen sometime in the future. Eventually, one day, who knows what the world's going to be like in the year 2032. However, I go based off of where we previously were before, and I can dare even say that a $5 XRP seems completely believable, as XRP also has a coin burn, as the mechanism is actually running in the background. Tons of XRP have been burned over the last couple of years, especially since the lawsuit actually got started. I believe that the initial hype of us going to a $3.60 XRP plus whatever the actual price might have been for the listing on Coinbase would be completely overshadowed by the fact that Ripple then has legal clarity for XRP, as is the cryptocurrency market, and therefore I would assume that's worth at least another $1.40. Do I think XRP will get to $7? Yes, of course, at some point. Do I think it can go to $9 or $10? Yes, of course, at some point. But as far as when this lawsuit is going to be over, I assume we're going to hit a $5 XRP minimum, roughly around that number. And for me, this is a very good time to get into the market, also because of sentiment. Sentiment is relatively low right now across the entirety of the market. You do have people who are going to believe that prices are going to rise, that things are going to be absolutely amazing. But a lot of people are also looking and paying attention to the other world news that's currently happening right now. And I think this is a bit of a bummer. It's a drag down for a lot of people, and therefore a lot of people are not investing currently in the cryptocurrency market. And this is why a lot of times we keep hearing that all these millionaires and billionaires are buying up tons of coin. And I make sure to bring the news to you as well that they are undeterred because they know at some point that markets will recover. Therefore, I do what they do in order to make money when the prices are down, and then when things go back up, everyone goes, I wish I had bought that coin when the price was lower. Once again, this is a generalized idea that the judge is competent. That's not me saying that in a mean way. It's more of it has become abundantly clear, at least to the public, the news that we've received, that the SEC, there's some light corruption going on there. And hopefully the judge sees through that and therefore gives XRP and also the rest of the cryptocurrency space a favorable outcome. So XRP just seems like a normal coin that I should be accumulating in anticipation of a favorable ruling. Also on the list, all of these are kind of like linked together. It's Algorand, I'm gonna say Sandtrap, Sandbox, ApeCoin, and Mana. These are also coins that I'm accumulating in the background as well. It's not so much that I think that these coins are going to skyrocket or hit millions of dollars per coin each, but I do believe that over the course of the next bull run that they will all do extremely well, especially when the metaverse begin to get kicked off all over again and people regain interest back in the metaverse and within the cryptocurrency market. I do plan on, I don't know how many I want of each, but I want a rather large number. I'm not sure if, I don't know how many of them that I actually even want. Usually per week when I'm buying other coins, when I see that my account still has like extra money left over after I've bought the coins that I like definitely want, I tend to sprinkle some money onto these coins. It is Algorand, Sandbox, Ape, and Mana in anticipation of good things happening for these platforms in the future should we have an explosion of interest in the metaverse. Keep in mind, always, this is all one gigantic question mark in the sky. This is all one big experiment. No one knows exactly how or if any of these coins are going to be doing over the course of the future. So anything you buy right now is basically you kind of, hoping and praying that these platforms will continue to thrive in the long run. Yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and/or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.